you love to play. Oh, you love to play. Don't your comments won't relay. Sign this on my page for you. Oh my God, he changed. Young life, I can't see back karma. I just need some brains so I could keep myself in order.
He got problems, she got problems, only I got 411 problems. Hey, hi, what's up, y'all? It's time for another story time. Sorry about the allergies. They be beating up me. They be beating me up. They be beating me up. Yes. Okay. If you watch my vlogs, you would have seen you have seen me and my cousin Stacy go back and forth, and Stacy was like, "Yo, you got hands like a dude, and you be fighting." And y'all, like me fighting, all my fights have been men, boys. I be defending myself. Like I don't like go out and search to fight. I be defending myself. Defending myself. Anyway, so yes, the story is called The Fight Behind the Church. Let me explain. Okay. In my neighborhood, like I've showed you guys, if you watch my vlogs, you see my childhood home, right? Across the street from my childhood home is a church. That church was not a African American church. That's a Caucasian church. I also told you the story time, and that's in Church Chronicles, not in Church Chronicles the saga. Church Chronicles, it has the story times with me. I guess this could go in Church Chronicles. Oh, no, yeah, because it's dealing with church. Not really in the church, but it's behind the church. I don't know. Church Chronicles deals with the things that happen inside the church. So no, this will go in story time. Well, it may be Church Chronicles. Anyway, so anyway, so that church, like, I got SA'd in that church as a young girl, me and two other girls, by a Caucasian pastor inside the church, behind the baptism pool, actually. Excuse me. What was I gonna say? So yeah, anyway, like we were like, it was also a basketball court behind the church that they would allow, which whoever the pastor was, they would allow us, like the kids from the neighborhood, to play on the basketball court. It was a full basketball court. Real talk. It was a full basketball court, and we used to play back there all the time until, of course, like somebody broke the rim or whatever. But each new pastor would come in, and when he would come in, like they would fix the rims, because like you're supposed to be for the people of the neighborhood. So lo and behold, this pastor, because they had after the pastor got convicted, because it was a huge story. I wonder if I can find it. I don't think so. I might look. I wonder. I don't know. I don't know if they put that on the internet. I don't think. But if I can find like the clippings or whatever, I'll put it in there. If it's put it on Google, I doubt it. I'll probably have to go to the library and look for it. But whew. Anyway, after he got convicted, like it was a huge thing. Like once it got out, it was a huge thing in the neighborhood, so to speak. So it was. Yeah, so this pastor after him came there. Yes. And his name was, I'm gonna give him a different name. What do I want to give him? Dang. I need a name. I could just say pastor. Yeah. So the pastor was really cool. Like, he was really cool, down to earth type situation. Like, him introducing himself, we were over there shooting basketball because we didn't know they had a new pastor, because the new pastor, like, it's like the church, and then the pastor's house is right next to it. So the house is next. Like, you don't have a house payment, nothing, because the house is right next door. So the pastor lives in the house. So the pastor, he came outside. We didn't even know they had a new pastor because we was using the court. So he had came outside and he was like, "Hey guys, I'm the new pastor. My name is Pastor, and we're gonna be taking over the church." And so we was like, "Oh, is it okay if we still use, the court?" And he was like, "Yeah." He would come out and shoot with us sometimes, right? Real cool, real cool. So he, at this specific day, he wasn't like, they wasn't home. So it was me. Oh, do I want to name these people? Dang. I guess I have to. But yeah, I guess I have to. So it was me, my cousin, what I'm gonna call him, Mouth Almighty, this girl, I'm gonna call her Pimp, dude, I can't name him that. Anger Issues, and then Skinny Meanie. Yeah. All of them. So all of us, my cousin, Mouth Almighty, and Skinny Meanie had knocked on my door, and they was like, "Yo, let's play." And so I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." So we went across the street and we was playing. Like, so usually during this time, like, y'all be inside and playing video games all the time, and y'all talk to y'all friends through the internet. We would show up at each other's house and make up games. Like, we would go outside. We would be outside. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. So lo and behold, Pimp and, dang, what I call him? What I named that boy? I forgot just that fast. Anger Issues. That's what I said. Oh, that's gonna be his name now. I don't remember what I named him. Anyway, Pimp and Anger Issues end up showing up later. So we all over there, like, we shooting around. And so Anger Issues was like, let's get a game. And so Pimp was like, y'all know I don't really know how to play. Which she didn't, but she was willing to down to participate. So I was like, well, we'll take Pimp. And so my cousin was like, oh, okay, cool. So Mouth Almighty, me, Pimp was on one team, and Anger Issues and Skinny Meanie was on a team together. And so Anger Issues was like, that's not fair because you the best shooter out here. So give us Pimp. And I was like, well, okay, cool. I ain't have a problem. I'm down for the challenge because Pimp didn't play basketball anyway. So that's whatever, but she was bigger than me, but it was like she didn't play. So, and as he stated, I can shoot. I can outshoot all of them. So I'm down. So I looked at my cousin and I was like, you cool? And he was like, yeah, I'm cool with it. So bet. So we were playing around, like we were having a good game. And of course we were in the lead at the time. So he was starting to get mad because it's like it's 3 of y'all against 2 and y'all were losing. And then it also didn't help because Skinny Meanie was a comedian. He was a comedian. So he really wasn't playing like for real. Like he would go somewhere and throw the ball and like he was just playing. And so we was having fun. So we was laughing and like it was just really like a game. Like, we having fun. And so he was getting upset. Like, you can see like the anger just building up, building up, building up, building up. And it's like, bro, like, calm down. It's just a basketball game. Like, we just having fun. So So we still playing, we still having fun or whatever. And so, of course, they lost the game. And so he was like, nah, anger issues, nah, run that back. Because Skinny Minnie over here acting crazy. Run that back. He was like, and then get him off my team. Because he not playing. So Pimp was like, well, I don't really want to play. You know, she was like, I don't really want to play. He was like, nah, come on, man, you can play. And so I was like, what up? That'll work. I was like, I'll take Skinny Minnie. And I was like, Mouth Almighty, you can play with them. And so he was like, it's all good. He's like, whatever. He was like, because we just out here having fun. Right. Like, we're just having fun. Like, yeah, we're playing a game, but we still, like, we just having fun. We're just having fun. So, so I was like, oh, okay. So we restart the game. Because me and Mouth Almighty won that one. So we restart the game. So Skinny Minnie, now, to make it worse, he said, I'm going to make him mad. He was like, watch this. So Skinny Minnie could actually play. But while you was on the team with anger issues, you was cutting up, acting a fool. You was just throw the ball. You was making jokes. You was dancing with the ball like this and all that stuff. Like, it's more like you was a globetrotter, if that makes sense. If you watch the Harlem Globetrotters, you would know what I'm talking about. You get it. Like, he was putting more on a show than actual playing basketball. But he was like, watch, I'm gonna make him mad. Watch this. So when it was me and him on the team, he started playing for real. And he was throwing them up and he was hitting. Like hitting. Most of the time, like that specific game, most of the time I ain't even have to shoot because he was hitting them. He was hitting them back to back. And so it was like, we was laughing. We started laughing because my cousin, Mouth Almighty, he was like, dang, he get on the team with her. And started hitting. He told me, well, maybe it's you, anger issues. Maybe it's you. Maybe he just can't play with you. Maybe you the kryptonite. And so we're all laughing, like having a good time. And so, but he's playing for real. Anger issues is playing for real. And she ain't, Pimp, she's kind of like just kind of there. Because if you came down, like she, put her hands in the air, like to try to defend if you came down in the paint. But again, she really didn't play basketball, so she was just kind of there. So my somebody was like, dang, it must be you. So he was getting mad, and you could tell. So with you getting mad and frustrated, you throwing up and you bricking, boom, like bricking hard, boom. So at this point, it's like you throwing the ball. You're not really shooting. You throwing the ball. You're not putting no form in it. You just throwing the ball. Like, you just throwing up because you're upset. Like, you're mad. You mad. So Skinny Minnie was like, he was like, man, Angel, it must be you. You must be passed on your shooting hand to me. And I was like, man, you playing. So he was like, nah, watch. And so he got the ball, did his little dance like he was doing with anger issues, threw it up and hit, boom, which was crazy because when he was on team with anger issues and he was doing that, he was missing. So he kept hitting, boom. So we won the game, and I maybe had the ball maybe like one time. So anger issues, and so once he hit the shot, he was like, game. Skinny Minnie said, game, like that. So he was like, who you calling? I was like, so my Almighty was like, bruh, calm down. It's not even that serious. It's just a game. He was like, and you already know how Skinny Minnie is. He be playing. He be cutting jokes. Like, quit, like, calm down. Y'all want to run another game? So he was like, nah, Nah, I don't want to run another game. Nah, who you calling So you running up on him, and at the time, like, Skinny Mini is younger than me, but at this time, like, he's a little shorter than me, and he's skinny, because now at this time, he's extremely taller than me. He's extremely taller than me. Like, now he's really tall. So, but during this time, like, he was really, really skinny. And he was shorter than me at this time, like, for real, like, smaller. So, I was like, man, chill out. Like, it's just a game. Like, get out that dude's face. Like, you was literally trying to, like to fight him over the game. And I was like, get out that dude's face. Like, because you was following him around and, like, pushing him. And he was laughing it off with the ball. And so he was, like, taunting you or whatever with the ball. He wasn't really taking it seriously. It wasn't that he was afraid of you. It was just, like, in his mind, this ain't really worth the fight. Which it wasn't. Because we really was, like, just sitting there having a good time. Well, we was. He wasn't. So, and I was like, man, calm down. It's just a game. Like, chill out. Calm down. And so, he was like, who you talking to? Nobody even talking to you. Okay, so hold on. Hold on, bro. So that way it went from, we just chilling, telling you to calm down, to who you talking to for me? So I was like, who you talking to? He was like, you. Nobody even talking to you. Nobody even talking to you. So, like, if you want to do something, we do something about it. Me? Yeah, you. We can do something about it. Because you seem to be taking up for him. So you want the beat down that I give to him? So I walked up to him. I was like, who you talking to? Oh, you want this beat down? Fine. So you swung. Again, nobody knows. Nobody knows what's going on in my house. Nobody knows. Because all they see is, like, this short, thick girl. Nobody has any idea what I am capable of, because I forgot about her. Maybe I need to tell that story. No, I forgot about that story. Maybe I need to tell that story, because this one particular girl who literally couldn't stand me, she felt like, I thought I was better than her, and I was all that. Like, I would never fight her. So for that reason, not that I was afraid, I knew my anger issues. Like, and I knew when I fought people, or when I got to a certain point, I'd black out. I know that. So I don't fight. I try my very, very best to, stay away from it, because, yeah. I've seen me, like, it's been to a point, like, y'all heard one story. There's other stories where, like, I would literally tell my son, like, get away from me. For real. So, anyway, so you have no idea. All you see is this short girl that you think, like, you would just swing on. So you swung. And when you swung, I ducked. And once I ducked, I came back up after you done swung your little swung, and I popped you in the head. Boop. You swing again, I duck. Boop. Swing again, I duck. Boop. Swing again, I duck. Boop, boop. To the point where you kind of realize, like, yo. So all I feel is like, this person pulling me back, right? So this person pulling me back was Pimp pulling me back. She told me, y'all stop. We on the church ground. We on the church ground. So literally, y'all, not even like 2.5 seconds after she was pulling me back, like saying, y'all stop, we on the church ground, the pastor pulls up and pulls into the carport. And he was like, hey, y'all, what y'all got going on? What y'all doing? We was like, nothing. And so at this point in time, like, their church was having vacation Bible school. So he was like, hey, y'all want to come in and we got some extra food and stuff. Y'all want to come in? Y'all want to have some fruit and stuff? And he was like, and also, we're having vacation Bible school. So, I want to go over some stuff with y'all. Y'all come in and, get some word. Because at this point, it's like, dang. We don't want to, but it's like this man is allowing us to still play on the court because you didn't have to, but you're allowing us to do it. So we sitting in like one of the classrooms because he said food. We down for free food. So we sitting in the classrooms, and so we sitting in the classrooms, and so before we went in the building, like we standing there talking, and so Mouth Almighty was like, "You good, cuz?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm straight." So Pimp was like, "Girl, I like the way you fight. I like the way you fight. You was waiting, he'll swing, and you'll wait. Boom." Boom. And so we started laughing. So he was like, "Shut up. Shut up." And so Mouth Almighty was like, "Who you talking to? Don't let me Don't let me unleash my cousin again on you. Don't let me unleash my cousin again on you." And so he got quiet. So we went in the building, and then we sat down. So while we sat down, like we waiting, and the man was talking, and he was doing, I guess we was like his practice run for Vacation Bible School. I don't know, but he was doing like his little his practice run. He was talking about the subject for Vacation Bible School that they was gonna have tonight. And then he was like, okay, like he go to food, and like it was a lot of food. So I think like they expected a big crowd for Vacation Bible School, and they really didn't have that much of a turnout, so they didn't want the food to go to waste. So they was allowing us to eat. And so literally, again, it was only 5 of us. Me, Pimp, Anger Issues, Mouth Almighty, and Skinny Meanie. It was only 5 of us, but we gonna eat, right? So, while we sitting in the desk, my cousin like turned around, and it's like my Mouth Almighty, Skinny Meanie, and then Anger Issues was on this row in the desk, and then Pimp, and then me. So my cousin turned around, and he was talking to me and Pimp. And so while he was talking, he was like, and we was like, "What's wrong?" And he was like, look. Yo, we turned around and looked at Anger Issues. He had a big knot. He had a big knot on his head. And I was like, my cousin was like, "You did that. You did that." And I was like, no. He was like, "He had that when he came to the court. You did that. You did that." So my thumb, he was like, "Anger Issues, what happened to your head?" And so he rubbed his head, and he did like this. He was like, "Can I go to the bathroom?" So he left and went to the bathroom. And when he came back, he was sitting in the desk, and he was quiet. You was quiet like you was in a library. And so my thumb, he said, "My cousin beat you." I was like, "Sir, you in a church." He said, "My cousin beat you." Said, bet you think twice about calling another bitch." And I was like, I didn't do that. And he was like, "Yes, you did. Yes, you did." Yeah, he had this big old knot. He was a unicorn. He was a unicorn. All right. He didn't say nothing else. After the Vacation Bible School stimulation was over, I don't know what that was. I think it was like, in order for y'all to get the food and not for the food to go to waste, like I gotta give some kind of Jesus, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. Everybody got something out of the deal. So he was like, "Okay, y'all can go back outside and play or whatever." So y'all, so they left, right? They left, went home. I went across the street to my house. Didn't say nothing else about it. Did nothing else. Over with. That's literally back in the day how it went. Nobody pulled out guns, knives to kill each other. Y'all got an issue, you square up. Whoever win, and whoever lost, like, you gonna hear about it maybe for a month or two, if that, depending on how bad you got beat up. But I mean, you talk about it for like a month or two, and then it's over with. Like, that's it. It's over with. So, over with. Nothing, right? Y'all, years later. Years later. My cousin Stacy ends up marrying him. They have a child together. So when you hear me say, girl, I beat up your husband, you didn't even know anything about my cousin Stacy then. They didn't even know each other. We were kids. We were kids, but that's like the little insider for us, right? Lo and behold, anyway, years later, me and my Almighty are sitting on the porch at my mama's house. And we're sitting there like we're talking or whatever. We just chopping it up, having a good time, which we did all the time. So Stacy pulls up and we're all sitting there talking. But before Stacy get there, me and my Almighty are talking, and so he was like, yeah. We was talking like because they hang out. They hang out at the Red Top. They hang out still at the Red Top. Still to this day, like the Red Top in my neighborhood is the place where like everybody hang out, and like they gather and hang out, right? So he was like, yeah, we was hanging out at the Red Top and we was talking, and anger issues, he still got anger issues. He still has a problem. He's like, he was talking big, right? And I was like, he was talking to you? And he was like, yeah, he was talking slick to me, talking big. He was like, and guess what? Guess what I said? I said, what did you say? You better shut your mouth before I call my cousin and she beat you again. I said, sir, we were kids. We were kids. And he said, well, wait. He's like, when I said that, of course, all the dudes was like, huh? When this happened? And I started telling them the story. And then told them, like, how after the fight, he had this big old knot. He had this big old knot on his head. And he was like, and we all just started laughing. And then Skinny Minnie chimed in and was like, oh, yeah. Because she, like, every time he's swung, she'll duck and come back and pop him in the head. He'll duck and she'll come back and pop in the head. And I was like, so y'all tease this grown man about a fight that happened when we were kids? He was like, oh yeah. He was like, we bring up anytime he be trying to act big and bad, and anytime he gets smart, we be like, don't let me call Angel. What? What? Like, I'm sitting there blown. So my cousin Stacy pulled up, and when she pulled up, and so Mouth Almighty was like, tell her, don't we talk about that? Tell her, don't we bring that up? She was like, oh yeah. She was like, a couple of times I'll be like, yeah, don't let me call my cousin, because he was an asshole and he used to hit my cousin. I ain't found out about that shit till later, but yeah. Anyway, but that's when you hear me and her talk about it, I be like, you cool when I beat your husband up. They did not know each other. That's just an insider joke that me and her have. Yeah. But anyway, and I was like, why y'all still talking? Why y'all still talking about that? And he was like, I'm just letting you know. Anytime he get rattled, we be like, don't let me call Angel. Don't let me call Angel, and he'd be quiet. And I was like, the fact that you get quiet about a fight when we was kids, I said, I guess I can see it because you a boy, I'm a girl. I guess. I don't know. Anyway. That was the story time of the fight behind the church. I feel judged. I feel like y'all judging me. But I was defending myself. And be careful who you call a bitch. I love you the most because you're definitely the dopest in real life. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.